But Paige eats it all up. As soon as he said you want to do a reset, she's like, heck yeah, I want to do a reset. I want to start over.
Ate it up like Clara ate them donuts.
Listen. Hi guys, welcome and welcome back. Thank you for following us to our part 2 of Married at First Sight episode 9 review. We are going to discuss Chris and Paige, the pastor, the girls group, the whole 9. And if you haven't already, just follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Suga and Spice 88. Thank you guys.
So now we're in the scene where everyone in the group meets up at Jacob's house for a get-together. So the guys split off and the girls split off. Right now it's just Haley and Virginia and Jacob and Eric, and they split ways so they can both show a little tour of the house and both have some one-on-one time with them. So Virginia is basically telling Haley how, you know, they're having a little rough patch in the relationship because when he came home from him, you know, his job as a pilot, from him flying and being out, he came home and she made it a point to organize the whole house, organize the kitchen, organize the drawers, do all the laundry, put all the clothes away and fold it nice and neat. And she wanted him to walk into a nice, clean, organized house. And he just did not notice a thing. So she was a little perturbed about that. And she basically explains that they basically had a similar situation in reverse where she was out and she came back and he had cooked dinner and she just kind of wasn't too excited about it either. So, you know, they're kind of working through their growing pains. And then she asked Haley, oh, so what's going on with you guys? Yeah, so I'm not attracted to him. We know.
Yep. So she just says she's just working on that, and you know, hopefully it'll grow. But we'll see. So then more people come in. Brianna comes through, Paige comes through, Clara comes through, Ryan comes through, and so then we lead into the girl group, and Paige tells everybody that she met up with the ex-fiance, and Chris, and they all had like a little powwow. And, you know, everyone's shocked. And Brianna goes into her confessional and she goes and she says, like, you know, you can't keep doing this to someone. You have to stop doing that. Talking about Chris doing this to Paige. But what Brianna fails to realize is that Paige is doing this to Paige.
She's doing it to herself.
No one else.
How about you don't keep allowing someone to do this to you?
Yes.
She can hit the eject button on this crazy roller coaster at any point in time.
He would have been blocked. Okay.
I mean, that's right.
And then Paige says that he contacted her. She lights up, says that he contacted her.
So, plot twist.
Oh my God.
He hit me up.
God.
Like, why are you always so excited
happy
when the topic of Chris comes up? I would have been like, so, this guy, he hit me up. Matter of fact, we wouldn't even been having the conversation because he would have been what?
Blocked. She's so excited. I don't get it. So, oh my gosh, she wants to be with him so bad. Virginia asks a question, and I guess she stumbles around with the question a little bit because I guess she's trying to like just gauge where Paige's insanity is at
I think they
right
all
now.
kind of do that.
They're trying
they tiptoe around it because they know that Paige is not going to fully absorb what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
So I have to feed her small bites at a time.
Right.
So she can grasp where we're going with this.
Right. So Virginia says, you know, imagine there was no baby, there was no, you know, ex-fiance in the picture. There was just you and Chris with everything that has gone on and things that have transpired. Do you think that you would still be entertaining the idea of being with him? Paige goes and says, well, you know, whatever the good Lord has planned for me is what is going to come into fruition. And I'm sick. I'm sick of this. She continues to throw this on God. And it's just, stop doing that.
I don't understand, what do my Lord and Savior have to do with any of this? Jesus, God, nobody came and this don't have nothing to do with that.
Leave him out.
Because it wouldn't have went down like this. Let me tell you that. If
Mm-mm.
this was God ordained. Unless it's God ordained for you to see yourself on TV and see that you're making a complete fool of yourself and allowing a man to make a complete fool out of you and change your ways, then hey, I might be with you on it. Maybe it is God ordained. Other than that, I don't know what you're talking about.
I wonder how she is looking at herself. You know what? Never mind, because the unfiltered, she's still saying like God's plan in the unfiltered episodes. So never mind. I don't know if anything's gonna ever wake this girl up.
So now we go to the scene where Paige, she apparently gets a message from Pastor Dwight, which is Chris's friend, and he wants to meet up with Paige and discuss only God knows what. I don't know. So they meet up and they sit down, and he's basically discussing the situation with Paige, saying that he felt like Chris made a decision way too soon to divorce her. You know, he should have took his time a little more and gave it a chance. Then he gives her a scripture about a double-minded man, and I already knew he was going with that because Chris is a double-minded man.
Yes.
He is all over the place.
He
He does say one thing today, and then 2.5 seconds later, he says a whole completely different, statement. So yeah, saw where that was going. So then Paige just goes and goes into detail with the pastor about their relationship.
Right.
A little more detail about what has been going on, because obviously at this point he doesn't know. He's only heard Chris' side of the story.
Right.
So, she tells her perspective of how everything went down, from wedding night on down, everything that happened. And she says, well, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice. Paige, he done fooled you about 8, 9, 10
million.
Fool me 17 times.
Oh
Shame
my
on me.
God.
What are you talking about? It's weird because you say things that allude to you knowing better,
Right.
but you don't act like you
better.
know. It's confusing and it's frustrating to watch you say these things. It makes absolutely no sense.
But then she knowingly contradicts herself. And it's just like, do you not feel stupid knowing that you straight said on camera, see you never, fool me once? Like, what is this?
I'm not going to stick around for this. I'm out of here.
Like,
this relationship doesn't serve me anymore.
But here you go. I feel like you just never give... Well, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Right.
Ugh.
So then I just found this a little messy of the pastor, because if you're supposed to be my friend, you're not supposed to be going to meet up with this woman that I'm about to have a divorce with, telling her things about me and my personal business. The pastor tells her that, well, Chris was engaged before Mercedes. This is his second engagement. And, they're sharing thoughts about how they both believe the pregnancy isn't real.
That was horrible.
It's just so messy.
Yeah.
For you to be a pastor, even take it further back than that, for you to be Chris's friend and be showing up to reach out to her, go out of your way to reach out to her, to sit down with her and tell her all these things about Chris, and basically really kind of just talk negatively about him, just seems very messy. And it seems you're talking about double-minded, but interesting. Chris is just on his Instagram, he's really just all over the place. I just feel like he has so much that he wants to get out, and then he'll delete it, and then he thinks twice about it. He's just going through it with all of this playing back. He's really going through it.
He's in his feelings.
So basically, Chris put up a series of Instagram posts saying that, well, you're not my pastor. You were never my pastor. You're just a friend. And, you knew you were the first person that I called. He said he's the first person that he called when he found out about the pregnancy, and that the pastor said that, oh, she must be lying. And Chris also puts in the post that, you know, when he realized that he was still in love with Mercedes prior to the wedding, he called him and asked him for guidance and advice. And he told him, well, forget all about that because this is God ordained. So it's just a lot. And then he goes on to say, I'm going to read this part verbatim because this is Chris's statement about why the pastor actually met up with Paige. He said it wasn't out of concern, it was for his own personal gain. So Chris says, he won't wonder who I'm talking to. The person knows. My phone line is open the same way it was open when you called me every day, begging me to convince them to film in your church so you could grow your following at your church. I can assure you, I am not frightened, and I will add more before I take it away. So, yeah, basically Chris is saying that the reason he met up with Paige and is trying to reconcile this marriage is so that they can go to his church and film at his church and he can get his following up.
Exposure, yeah.
Which to me, it seems like a lot of work just for that. For you to be doing all of this and convincing Chris to, you know, you're ruining, if that's the case, you're kind of ruining lives. Like, if Chris really takes your word as some kind of law, you know, as a close friend, and he really takes your advice as solid, when you're telling him, oh, don't worry about the pregnancy, this girl's probably lying, and you're telling him, oh, you might think you're still in love with your ex, but still go through with the wedding anyway. It's like, now you want to meet up with Paige and talk about how, well, I don't feel like Chris was ready, and, you know, I'm just so sorry you had to go through that, when really you could have possibly prevented it in the first place. Double-minded, huh? Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, that, it's interesting. Everything is just coming out now. Now that the show is airing, Chris is having beef with just everyone. Everybody. Show hosts, therapists, pastors, just everyone. He's just firing shots everywhere. So, I mean, he's not wrong. So, you know, that's one thing we can say. We're always going to remain neutral. Do we like all the things that Chris has done? No. But at the same time, if that was my friend, I'd be pissed. Because why are you doing this?
Why are you meeting up with Paige when you have no ties or obligations to Paige? You're not Paige's friend. You're not Paige's, you know, Paige doesn't go to your church. Like, none of this, there's no connection. The only connection is Chris. So there was no reason for it.
And you solely met up with her. It's not like you just felt so bad, and as a pastor you wanted to give her some guidance or pray for her or anything. You solely met up to talk negatively about Chris.
So then we move on to the Paige and Chris conversation, and Paige is just like so excited. She's so excited to see him.
As always.
Got a smile on her face, and Chris mentions happy to see you smiling, and you know, she says she's intrigued to hear what he has to say. And
why?
He says that he was mad at her from last week. And
how dare you?
It's just too much.
You're mad at me.
It's just too much.
Right.
And then from that point, he brings up the pastor. Because I guess that was the real reason why he even called the get-together to begin with.
I think he thought he was going to bust it out like a draw for aha! Know about the pastor. Now what? But it was just like, okay.
Okay, yeah, he called me. He wanted to meet up. We talked, this, that, and the third. She just opens up and tells him about it. And then from that point, she's like, anything else? What else do you want to talk about? And he's like, nothing else. Everything's the same.
Honestly, you could have texted me that. It could have been an email, send a note by carrier pigeon. That was unnecessary for me to come, get dressed, and come meet you and sit down and look you in your stupid face
just to tell you about the pastor. So then at that point, Paige gets pissed Paige is like, oh, hell no. He's just wasting my time. So then she gets up. She gets ready to go. She's
Thug
leaving.
Life Paige comes out.
Right.
I was on that phone call to producers.
Oh, yeah.
That was Thug Life Paige came back out. Big P.
Yep. So then producers convince her to stay and just tell him. She said, just tell him that I'm not going to have any contact with you. I'm not going to, it's over, it's done, or whatever the case may be. She goes and sits back down. She starts going off and at him saying, I don't want you to waste my time. I don't have time for this. I'm not here for this mess. He starts laughing. And she just was like, what's that about? And she starts laughing. I don't understand what's so funny with these two, but they always laughing.
It's so weird.
And then from there, she goes and says...
Chris says he's laughing because that's how he shows emotion. What?
So then she just says that she just felt like he never gave the relationship a chance, and that she just wants him to give us a chance.
You know, really what I wanted from you is you never gave us a chance.
And he goes and he says that his, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place because he doesn't want no other person raising his kid. He doesn't want to be away from his kid. He doesn't want his kids to be taken away from him. He doesn't want to not know where his kid is. All this stuff. And it's just, he goes on and on about that. And then he lies and says he's afraid of being with her because he's afraid he might fall in love. He goes just a whole circle. He starts spiraling and just saying a whole bunch of things. And then he says, you want to do a reset?
It's so much wrong with this conversation. So much wrong. I'm confused how we're just completely factoring out the whole ex-girlfriend pregnant thing. He's even factoring out the fact that Shorty said, I don't want to be with him. I don't even want you. So he's making it seem like it's a choice. He sat up there and told her, you shouldn't be nobody's option.
Right.
A man should just want you. You don't deserve this. And then continue to make her an option.
Right.
So,
but Paige eats it all up. As soon as he said you want to do a reset, she's like, heck yeah, I want to do a reset. I want to start over.
ate it up like Clara ate them donuts.
Listen, I want a chance. I want to start over. She goes and says, hi, I'm Paige. Hi, I'm Chris. And do the whole thing. And here we
y'all
go.
Don't get y'all goofy.
Back at square one.
Oh my gosh.
But fool me once, right? So, we'll see.
Lord have mercy.
Okay.
Paige, you can't be serious. You can't possibly be serious.
She is.
Oh, okay. So we're going to do this all over again, huh?
I guess so.
All right.
I just, I don't know.
It was hard when they said reset. It's about to be a whole...
Yeah, it's about to be a rerun show because things like this don't get better. The problems that were in this situation that arose are not problems that are fixable. There's core problems within your relationship for where you guys are not compatible. So just accept that and move forward.
Hey.
A fresh start is getting a divorce, finding a new man, and getting married to that new man.
Amen.
And give yourself a fresh start that way. That's a fresh start.
Not
this,
with
not
this
this.
man who's still not even attracted to you, but using you for sex.
Yes.
Because you're convenient. You're convenient because you'll believe anything he tell you. You believe any lie. He doesn't have to put in much effort. He smiles at you. All he said was, oh, you're smiling at me today. I'm excited. Ooh. Oh, what? Why are you so happy to be around this man? I have not seen a one good apart. I haven't seen like a good sense of humor. I haven't seen him being thoughtful, unless you want to count that little rinky-dink rose. I haven't seen anything that says, yes, husband material.
Right.
Yes, I can see why she's a little stuck on him.
Right.
I don't see anything.
No.
You're just stuck just for fun.
Yeah.
Once again, girl, you are drowning in a kiddie pool.
Oof. Yes.
You're not trapped.
Yes.
You just gotta stand up and get out the kiddie pool.
And no time has passed. It's only been not even a month yet. I don't know how he has such a strong hold on this girl, but then again, it's not really him, it's her. Anybody could do this.
It's
to
her and her desperation.
Anybody, yeah.
It's her and her low self-esteem.
Yep.
It's her and her overwhelming desire to want to get married, regardless of who it is.
Yep.
It's her.
It don't matter who it was. This would have been her regardless. So that's how we leave off, and pretty much that's it. We go into the next episode with Chris and Paige looking like they gonna be doing the same thing all over again.
I don't know, y'all. I might have to quit because I don't think I can keep
Don't quit.
doing this. Oh my God.
They're just taking us through like, I don't know, a whirlwind. So, thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sticking with us through this whole video. If you haven't already, please follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Suga and Spice 88. And if you get a chance, please continue to like, subscribe, and hit us up in the comments and let us know what you guys think of this video. Let us know what you think about the couples. If you have any insight, let us know, and we will see you guys in the comments. And thank you guys for watching. Bye.
See ya. Hashtag pray for us.
Good morning.
Good energy.
Today we gon' spread
Good energy.
Today we gon' share
Good energy.
I go to work.
Today gon' be a great day.
Good
Wake
energy.
up, thank God, drink water, meditate.
Good
First
energy.
5 minutes will dictate your whole day.
Good
All
energy.
about that positivity and raising up your frequency.
Good
If you
energy.
negative,